We've been talking about Twitter all morning. Twitter now going to be giving Elon Musk, or I should say giving into Elon Musk's demand for platform data access after the Tesla CEO accused the social media platform of not providing enough data on automated bot accounts. Our next guest says that this is a very big deal and may change the outcome. We'll see. Joining us right now is Ajit Pai. He's the former FCC chairman. He's a partner at Searchlight Capital Partners and a non-resident fellow of the American Enterprise Institute. Good morning to you. You think this is game-changing?
Well, I think it's certainly a significant step by the Twitter management and assume acting on the behest of the board to give Elon Musk more information to stave off two, I think, of the material risks that the board is worried about. Number one, the risk of a renegotiation of the price, and number two, the risk of litigation in Delaware Chancery Court over the merger agreement.
When you look at this merger agreement, one of the things that everyone's been so fascinated by is that Elon Musk effectively waived diligence. And early on, we should also say that he said one of the reasons he was buying Twitter was because he thought it had a bot problem. If you were going to litigate this case, do you think that Twitter's board has the better side of it right now, or Elon Musk?
Well, I think for starters, you put your finger on one of the things that has been very perplexing to many observers. They call it due diligence for a reason, because presumably a lot of people who are spending money to buy a company want to know every nook and cranny of the business. But going beyond that, the question becomes, now that there is a merger agreement, what are the grounds for Musk to potentially walk away from the deal? And there are essentially two of them. One of them that has been covered a lot in previous weeks has been misrepresentation, or a representation that has a material adverse effect on the company. But the newer one, and I think the reason why Twitter is handing over this raw data about the 500 million daily tweets that come out, is the covenant breach. One of the things that Twitter said is that we will provide you all information that you need to understand essentially the core of the business. And the recent letter that Musk's lawyer sent to Twitter and filed with the SEC suggests there might be a breach of the covenant because Musk has been asking for this information for almost a month now, and they haven't handed it over. So that's part of the reason why Twitter has made this gesture to try to stave off any argument that Twitter has breached its covenant of providing information to the buyer. But even then, remember, this is not the entire denominator, so to speak, of Twitter users. Twitter's business is based on monetizable daily active users. And that base includes not just the people who tweet every day, but a great number of accounts who don't tweet or are essentially silent. Additionally, Twitter does some internal analytics in terms of analyzing who some of these people follow and who they don't. That feeds into the determination of whether or not they are bots or not. And so I suspect that this is a very important step forward in terms of Twitter giving information and Musk getting information, but it's certainly not the end of the conversation in terms of the quantum of information that Musk is presumably going to want in order to ascertain the extent of the bots on the platform.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.